Commanders fans, tough way to go out, guys. Tough way to go out. And Jayden Daniels, he looked like a rookie tonight. Did not play good football. We have to be honest. Is he? Is he? We know he's not 100% healthy, but I mean, the ribs, are they really hampering him that much? Where he misses Noah Brown, where Noah Brown's open in the first half, where he basically throws the ball at Noah Brown's feet. Like, are the ribs really that bad to the point where he's not able to throw and just have that throwing motion where he can get the ball out there? We didn't. I don't think Jayden threw a pass over 20 yards tonight. Terry McLaurin barely got a target until the second half, or didn't have a target until the second half. Terry McLaurin ended up with one catch tonight. That's inexcusable. I mean, the receivers didn't have any production either, and I'm not gonna blame the receivers. I know also Eckler had a terrible drop, but he had 8 catches. Zach Ertz had 6 catches. Terry didn't have any drops. Alameda didn't have any drops. And I don't think Noah had De'Ami Brown had a terrible drop before the end of the half where we could have got a field goal. But I can't blame the receivers on this. We have to look at Jayden. Jayden has to look in the mirror, man. He has to look in the mirror. And honestly, if Jake Elliott doesn't miss, he missed what, 2 field goals? He missed 2 field goals and an extra point. Maybe this game is not as close as it is, because 26 plus 6, so that's 32, and then 33 would have been 33-18, which is technically not a blowout, but it could have been uglier than what it was. If the defense didn't play lights out, stonewall defense, and like they did in that first half, like the defense, I got to give them the credit. This might have been, other than the fourth quarter where the wheels just fell off because they just couldn't hold up. We don't have that kind of defense where the whole game they're just going to shut a team down, unless it's like the Browns or a team like that. Especially against the high-powered offense with Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown. Even though A.J. didn't go crazy, Devontae didn't go crazy. Like, we held Jalen Hurts in check for the most part, but holding Saquon the whole game, it's just, that's a tall task for the defense to ask them that. Now, the going for it on 4th and 2, we should have kicked the field goal. I'm not saying we would have won the game if we would have just kicked the field goal, but of course, in hindsight, we say that. But the play call was so bad. Like, Cliff, is this really what happens with Cliff, where the wheels just fall off in the second half of the year, like they said with the Cardinals? Like, is that actually true? Is this what we're actually experiencing in real time? A Cliff Kingsbury offense unravel and get figured out in the second half of the year? I'm not going to declare that and say that, but that is the write-up on Cliff. And it kind of looks a little bit like it's happened. The Steelers game, the offense wasn't that bad, but Jayden was off in that game too, and receivers weren't catching football. This was just more of Jayden being off. Excuse me, throwing it into the dirt to Noah Brown, throwing it to the side for John Bates where it just wasn't a catchable pass. The interception to Reed Blankenship was not good. That basically sealed the game right there. We still had a chance, but it just sealed the game. He wasn't throwing the ball downfield at all. It was really just Zach Ertz, John Bates, Eckler, and that was it, man. Like, we did not push the ball downfield, and Jayden usually pushes the ball downfield, and they bottled up the run game. B-Rob had a couple good carries, but just the running game with Jayden's legs, just he couldn't get it going like he has in the past. So this is a mini bye week, and this may help, but he's still not 100%. He may not be 90% healthy. He may not be 85. He still may be like 75% healthy, honestly, at this point. But some of it is, yeah, he's got to look in the mirror and be better. But he's a rookie. We got to understand that, too. Like, we've been a little spoiled the first, 9 games of the season. 9, I know it's 11 now, but the first 8 games of his career have just been awesome. It's just been something that we haven't seen from a quarterback, a veteran quarterback. Even veterans, we haven't seen play like this from veteran quarterbacks that we've traded for and drafted and all kinds of stuff to come here. We haven't seen a quarterback play at this level in years. So it's just crazy to see him play like a normal rookie and make mistakes out there. It's tough to see that because we've seen him at his highest point this year and play so well. But it is disappointing to see our defense play so well. We squander away a great performance and a bad Jake Elliott performance. And Jalen Hurts looked awful in the first half. He was awful. He was concussed. I really don't think he should have came back in the game. Like, he was concussed. That trick play they did, excuse me, still a little under the weather. That trick play they did where we just basically bounced his head off. We bounced Jalen Hurts' head off the ground like a basketball. He shouldn't have came back in the game, in my opinion. But, of course, it's Philly. They're going to put him back in the game. I don't, the doctors, they cleared him. But, things happen in the NFL. They weren't going to let him sit out unless it was Tua. Tua's like the only guy that they really have him, just a quarterback that they really make him sit down after a concussion. Um, and we did a good job on Saquon in the first half. Like Mike Davis was getting snaps. Mikey Sanders still did a good job on AJ Brown for the most part. Like he was getting stops, pass deflections. Ben St. Juice didn't get burned or cooked this game. Jeremy Chin was flying around. Even the last drive of the game where we scored a touchdown, there was no urgency. We were running the football, doing running back draws, delayed handoffs. Like we really waved the white flag, and there was 3 minutes left to go. I'm not saying we would have won the game, but let's say we did score with 2 minutes left, and we get the onside kick. Like who knows? We've had a Houdini type of season, so it's like there was no urgency at all. Like moving so slow, methodical, and lethargic on that last drive. And Zach Ertz made an acrobatic, tough 2-point conversion catch. And we basically squandered that away too, with just no urgency at all. The first half, yeah, Sheldon Day forced a hold. Third downs, we were awful. Couldn't convert on third downs. We were 1 for 9 on third downs? Where is it at? 3 for 12 on third downs. The Eagles were 9 for 16. We were 1 for 2 on fourth down. That fourth down play was so bad. And he bobbled the snap too. Like we were just so discombobulated. That was so awful. Like that was the worst fourth down call I've seen in my life, probably in a long time. Probably since the Scott Turner days and Eric Bieniemy. Excuse me, Eric Bieniemy. That that was the type of fourth down. Excuse me. Those are the type of fourth down calls that we've seen from Scott Turner and Eric Bieniemy. Stuff like that. Those are the type of fourth downs that we've seen. They put up 400 total yards of offense up on us, but like I said, we did a good job in the first half. Like I was proud of the defense in the first half. I thought Joey Jr. came out, had a good game plan. We tackled, we finished plays. Brandon Coleman was getting cooked. He struggled tonight. Like this was the first time where he really looked like a rookie. Maybe the Giants game, but he looked like a rookie tonight. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about this. Time of possession, we lost that as well, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough against Cooper Rush and Trey Lance next week. Like, if we play like this, it's going to be an uphill battle, guys. Like, it's not going to be a cakewalk win. It's going to be a tough, low-scoring game again against Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. Like, it's going to be tough, man. Like, we need a bye week bad, but we got to play through the injuries. It is what it is with the schedule, and we got to push through it. Like, that fourth down was bad. Mekhi Becton, they missed the false start on him. There were some bad calls. They called a phantom pass interference on Mikey Sanders. That was terrible. That was an awful call. But we ended up getting the stop. Like, we had a goal line stop. Like, we were doing – the defense was making plays. They were bend, don't break. They had a nice goal line stop where they held Saquon Barkley out of the end zone. They held Jalen Hurts out of the end zone. Excuse me. They made some good plays. They made some really good plays. And we had a make-up call. Like, Cooper DeJean, they called a holding call on him. And that was kind of iffy, but he did hold the jersey. They missed a roughing the passer call on that play, too, where they did hit Jayden. Kenneth Gainwell had a couple big runs. We just couldn't stop Kenneth Gainwell down the stretch, too. Like, he's the big reason why they got in the red zone, because of Kenneth Gainwell making those big runs. Quan Martin forced a fumble, but we weren't able to get there and pick it up. That was a forced fumble that we really needed badly, and Quan Martin made that play. And we weren't able to land on it, so... Also, Eckler had a terrible fumble. Alameda still worried me today, too. Like, he didn't muff a punt, but he still was very close to muffing a punt. Like, there was one time where he ran up under it, and it was very concerning. I think that's about it. Frankie Louvu came to play in the first half. Like I said, Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, Dorrance Armstrong, those guys came to play. Frankie Louvu was running around with his hair on fire. Jeremy Chin running around with his hair on fire. Mikey Sanders still. Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin. But they big boyed us tonight, man. They did. They big boyed us. It could have been uglier than what it was. It really could have. Could have been uglier than what it was. We were fortunate that it was only 8. Because we didn't play good football. At all. Yeah, the Eagles scored 14 points in 20 seconds. You cannot have Terry McLaurin with 1 catch in a game. You're going to lose. Every game that Terry only has 1 catch, you're going to lose. That's a losing formula right there. I don't care. Quinyon Mitchell, I don't give a crap. He should be cooking Quinyon Mitchell. The best thing about this game is that we have another game coming up against them in a couple weeks. Where let's take care of Dallas, let's take care of the Titans, whoever we play next, and then enjoy the bye week, and then be ready for the Eagles when we play them again. Yeah, Dallas, Tennessee, then the bye, and then we play New Orleans. So yeah, this is a bad taste in our mouths, and you know we got beat up on. I'm not gonna say belt to A or anything like that. Excuse me, but we got to be better. We got to. Jay's got to be better. He's better than that. He's way better than that. We had Terry McLaurin, 21 snaps, 0 targets, 0 receptions at the half. John Bates had more catches than Terry. Zach Ertz, Austin Eckler. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. Inexcusable game. And I know we're a fourth down team. We go for a fourth down all the time and convert, but you got to be smart now and take the field goal, take the points. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time and dwell on it. I probably will go live during the day, maybe around 1 o'clock or something like that for like 30 minutes, just to chop it up with you guys and get you guys' pulse right now. Let's not panic. I know a lot of people are going to overreact and go crazy and panic and whatnot, but you got to be ready for what happens with a rookie. They're going to hit walls. They're going to hit walls here and there, and this is the first time that Jayden somewhat hit a wall. Cliff, is he going to be better as a play caller? There were a couple gun runs up the middle that he called with Jayden that just didn't work at all. And then the fourth down where we didn't make it, like the second down, third down, he kept running the same play up the middle. It got stuffed. And like second and inches, we got stuffed. So Cliff's got to be better too. He's got to be better. And can Jayden really throw the ball downfield? Because he threw the ball downfield against the Bears, he threw the ball downfield against the Steelers as well. But today it looked like he didn't try. It looked like he just wasn't capable of doing it. The cold weather thing too, is that really a factor? Because this was his first game at like 45 degrees or something like that, and it looked like it did affect him a little bit. I'm not going to go with that narrative at all. I'm not going to give that any life, but you know, let's see what happens with that. Because it's going to be cold next week against Dallas at home. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Health Commanders, I still believe we're going to make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs too. But let's keep our heads up. Move on to next week. Control what we control. And don't overreact, guys. Do not overreact to go crazy. Health Commanders, peace.